Thanks, I owe you one.
No problem. Just stick with the script. You may be okay.
All right. Hey.
A plea deal, or don't we?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the DA just signed on. The judge, however, may be a slightly harder sell.
Meaning what?
Meaning that as long as we stick with extreme emotional duress, you're going to be just fine.
Emotional duress? As in what, I was going crazy? No, Jack, I knew exactly what I was doing to Greenlee, and I will admit that to the judge. I wasn't out of my mind when I set up Greenlee, and I'm not going to say that I was.
Kendall, nobody's asking you to. This is just a technicality. But let's be honest here. You were very close to your breaking point.
I was clear and rational.
How are you rational? Found you in the park with Spike and the gun. That's rational?
That was part of my plan.
Your plan was insane.
Well, no more than yours was.
Telling Greenlee that her embryos were still viable was a bad idea. And yes, maybe I feel badly, maybe I feel guilty about it. It doesn't matter. It's in the past. We can't change that, but we're not going to throw away our future.
Okay, Zach, how can I make you understand how I feel?
Well, honestly, it's going to be a little bit difficult because you're not making a whole lot of sense right now, Kendall.
Okay, see, you of all people, I thought that you would understand.
What do you want me to say? I don't like what you did any more than you do.
You weren't yourself.
Okay, well then who was I?
You were a woman at your breaking point.
Who was terrified that Greenlee was going to harm our son. That's who you were.
You guys, listen, I'm tired of lying, okay? I'm tired of making excuses for myself. I'm not going to lie to the judge.
You're going to say whatever Jack tells you to say.
No, Zach, I'm sorry, but I won't.
You're going to go to prison, Kendall. All right, and what about Spike? Hasn't he been through enough? I mean, what do you want him to do? Say goodbye to his mother, Kendall? Is that what you want for our son?
No, of course not.
And then what?
No.
Of course not. What do you want to do? You going to raise our boys from a prison cell? Jack, little help, please.
Kendall, I would suggest you listen to them, because here's the fact. Without this plea, you're looking at 20 to 40 years.
Did you hear that? This is not a game.
Just think about what you're doing, Kendall, okay? Just think about it.
If Greenlee were convicted, how many years? How many years would she get?
Kendall, that didn't happen, and it's not going to.
Jack, you're her father. Remember what I did. Greenlee was a fugitive because of me. She nearly died because of me.
Let it go. It's over.
No, it's not over. It will never be over for Greenlee or me until I stand up and own what I did. I've got to clear Greenlee.
Kendall, you're not going to clear Greenlee by pleading guilty. What you need to do is say that you were...
Say that I'm crazy?
All rise. This is the Criminal Court of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The People versus Kendall Hart Slater. Judge Angela March presiding. This court is now in session. Be seated.
Will the people please state the charges?
False reporting to law enforcement, misdemeanor in the second degree. Tampering with physical evidence, misdemeanor in the second degree. Burglary, felony in the first degree. Criminal trespass, felony in the third degree. Forgery, misdemeanor in the first degree.
Kendall Hart Slater, do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And how do you plead?
Your Honor, if I may.
I plead guilty.
Your Honor,
No,
again.
guilty. That's my plea.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
Will the people please state the evidence against the defendant?
On November 2nd, as the record states, a dispatcher received an emergency call that Kendall Slater reported that she'd been attacked and drugged, and that her minor child had been abducted again by Greenlee Smythe. And finally, the sworn affidavit of the defendant that her accusations were false.
These are very serious charges, Miss Slater. Are you aware of the penalties involved?
Your Honor, the people and the counsel for the defense have entered into a plea agreement. The Commonwealth recommends a prison term of 2.5 to 5 years, all to be served during a period of probation, along with substantial community service.
And who cooked up the community service plan without informing the court?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. This hearing came up rather quickly,
It's okay.
and I didn't.
I get it. But why be so lenient?
Extenuating circumstances.
And those would be?
Your Honor, the defendant committed these acts while under extreme emotional duress, and the defense can demonstrate that Kendall Hart
No,
Slater
I knew
acted...
exactly what I was doing. I knew it was illegal. I wanted Greenlee Smythe to rot in hell.
Why implicate Greenlee Smythe in a fabricated crime, and how exactly did you go about it? Your own words. Start with why.
My son, Spike, was in a car accident. Greenlee Smythe was driving. My son sustained internal injuries, and they repaired his spleen. But when he was recovering in the hospital, they discovered something else.
Kendall, get the hell away from my son. Don't you touch my son. No, stay the hell away from him.
Kendall! There's something wrong with Spike.
Spike is deaf.
I assumed that Greenlee's reckless driving had robbed my son of his ability to hear. He would be deaf for the rest of his life. I resolved to make Greenlee pay for what she did. So I pretended to reach out to her. I told her that I wanted to rebuild our friendship. And she seemed very eager to reconnect. I had access to Greenlee's penthouse, and I planted evidence little by little. I purchased 2 seats on a flight to the U.S. Virgin Islands, a forged birth certificate for her son, and packed a suitcase full of new clothes for Spike.
Your Honor, may I say something?
You may not.
My wife is dealing with some misplaced guilt, and I
Don't
think
force
maybe...
me to have you removed from my courtroom. Please, be seated. Mrs. Slater, on the night of the actual incident.
I stole chloroform from the hospital. And I asked Greenlee to meet me at the boathouse. I pretended that I needed a friend to talk to about Spike's upcoming cochlear implant surgery. She was happy to meet me. She was kind and supportive and unsuspecting. Then I pretended to get an emergency phone call. I told Greenlee that my husband, Zach, had been hurt. So I asked her to stay with Spike at the boathouse. I insisted she stay exactly where she was. When she was tending to my son, I hid close by. I reported that Greenlee drugged me and snatched my boy right out of my arms. Then I chloroformed myself so that the police would find me. When they showed up, I swore that Greenlee had kidnapped my son.
You framed an innocent woman, subjected her to false arrest, squandered valuable police hours, resources of the justice system to satisfy your lust for revenge?
Your Honor, if I may interject in my
No,
client's
Mr.
defense.
Montgomery, you may not. What prompted you to finally tell the truth?
Because of my false accusations, Greenlee panicked and ran. And she almost died.
So you were ultimately motivated by pity?
I also discovered my son had been losing his hearing gradually over a long period of time, not from the accident. So Greenlee Smythe had nothing to do with my son going deaf. Greenlee Smythe isn't guilty of anything, and I'm here to clear her name.
I suppose that you should be commended for finally setting the record straight, but frankly, Mrs. Slater, I am unimpressed with your belated impulse to confess. You staged a reprehensible hoax on Miss Smythe and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
I realize that now. Greenlee Smythe doesn't belong in prison.
And what prompted this so-called revelation, Mrs. Slater?
I can actually answer that, Your Honor.
And you are?
Greenlee Smythe.
Your Honor, I'd like to move for a short recess.
Please just sit down, Mr. Montgomery.
Your Honor, I need to confer with my client.
I know, but I need to get to the bottom of this. Miss Smythe, will you please come forward?
No. Greenlee, stop. No, please don't do this, Greenlee, come on.
Bailiff, will you swear in Miss Smythe?
What is your name?
Greenlee Smythe.
I object, Your Honor.
Be quiet and sit down.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Now, you obviously have, or you think you have, information bearing on this case.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Proceed.
Your Honor, it happened 2 years ago. Kendall Slater is my best friend. I was desperate to have a child with the man I was married to at the time. My husband didn't want to have one, but I was determined to conceive.
Miss Smythe, the story seems far afield from the issues we're weighing today.
I know, Your Honor, but the fact is we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a series of events that happened in a fertility clinic a very long 2 years ago. My rage, my bitterness, my public threat to sue for custody for Ryan and Kendall's son, my obsession with wanting to have Ryan Lavery's child, the fact that I virtually stalked Kendall and her children when I was told to stay away. All of these things made Kendall believe that I was planning on kidnapping her baby. I wasn't, but even I could see why she would believe that.
Your Honor, if I may address the court.
Are you finished, Miss Smythe?
Yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Montgomery, but keep it brief.
I will, Your Honor. Okay. Your Honor, my client's fears for her son Spike were compounded by extreme physical and emotional stresses. The accident, Spike's life-threatening injuries, his deafness, his subsequent surgeries, and of course, Kendall's own emergency C-section. Her son Ian's premature birth, and the fact that he spent the first few weeks of his life at the brink of death. All of these factors combined to put my client in a vice-like grip of terror. She was literally traumatized, Your Honor. This counsel implores this court to consider these facts. The fact that she was under extreme emotional duress, and that she is here, despite the fact that she could lose her freedom, so that she can tell the truth.
You and counsel are in accord that Miss Slater should get off with a slap on the wrist.
Your Honor, I wouldn't exactly describe it in those words. Long probation and community service.
Light penalties for egregious acts. I'm going to adjourn to review the case. Principal should remain on site. I'll be delivering my ruling very shortly.
All
Court is now in
rise.
recess.
Thank you.
But all I did was tell the truth. I mean, you left out something that would send me to trial.
No, Greenlee, don't bring it up. Don't.
But Kendall, I did take Spike that night. The night of the accident, I did. And you told everyone all the bad things you did, but you left out that I almost ran away with your son.
Emotional duress is a catch-all excuse for a staggering range of heinous acts. I'm not inclined to indulge the self-pitying of whining criminals. However, in this case, the wronged individual has made a persuasive case for her tormentor. Miss Smythe's plea, on behalf of Mrs. Slater, has impressed me a great deal. So, reluctantly, I am going to accept the plea agreement. Mrs. Slater, I am sentencing you to 5 years to be served on probation, a $50,000 fine, and 500 hours of community service. Do not let me see you in my court again.
All rise.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow. Finally home. Yep. And I'm with friends.
You are with family.
And you're free.
We're free. We're all free.
You're back. How was Zurich?
It was a total success. Great news about Kendall, too, isn't it?
Fabulous.
Yeah, Erica told me. Thank God it's over. Zach's back, Kendall's free. They can finally live their lives.
Well, I couldn't be happier.
We are all going to have the best lives. All of us.
It's all over, isn't it?
Yeah, except for the few thousands of hours that I'm going to have doing community service, which I'm actually quite excited about. I'm just fine with it.
You know what? You're gonna be a star.
Let's hope.
Was that Annie? She's gonna come celebrate with us, right?
No, actually, I tried her on her cell. She wasn't picking up, so I tried her at the office, and apparently she and Babe are off to a meeting or something, so.
This sure beats hanging with the chain gang.
You're lucky you didn't end up in prison. Wait, what kind of crazy woman confesses everything to chief of police and then they get in court with no backup plan?
Stubborn one.
And a difficult one.
But brave.
Okay, you know what? I will take stubborn and difficult, but brave, no.
What you did, Kendall, took a lot of guts.
Yeah, well, you didn't see my guts spilling all over the courthouse. You know, if the judge hadn't accepted the plea, and if you hadn't come in
And saved your butt.
yes, you did save my butt. And we love you for it. Oh, no, wait, okay, fine, okay, now it's a party.
Hey, Aiden, where's the stout?
Okay, you know what? None for me. As much as I would love bubbles, I am going to forego.
Yeah, me too. Antibiotics.
All right, well, that's beers for everyone.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that does sound good.
Do you want some water or juice or?
Fizzy water, please.
All right.
Yes, with an umbrella. No, and actually, no. I'll get it. Stay, I'll get it.
No. I'm so sick of sitting and beds and.
And bomb shelters.
Yes, and bomb shelters and hospitals and hospital food and survival crackers.
Here, here.
You know what we need? What? We need a little bit of pizza.
Order 3.
I will.
An order man pizza, not the stuff you eat, pineapples and grass on it.
Excuse me? There's gonna be like 45 different kinds of meat on this pizza. All right?
Hey, do you think Spike and Ian will be as carnivorous as their dads?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh, thank you.
Beer.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
There you are.
There you go.
Ryan, where's Annie?
She's coming.
Okay, you know what? This is so much better than hanging out with big hairy Bertha.
Okay, try a bomb shelter with a skeleton and a snake. And yes, Zach, this time I do mean you.
She has a wicked sense of humor.
Oh, wait. There's this one with a priest and a
this one.
pirate.
It's very funny.
Come on, where's the party spirit?
Party spirit is right here, and it's very hungry.
Okay, then why don't you eat up there, Piggy?
Okay.
Oh, Ryan, don't forget that we have a little date with Spike, building snowmen this weekend.
I'm not gonna forget that. I'm gonna bring Emma to help me with the design. The snowman's very complicated.
Okay. Wait a minute. You know what? Let's all get together. Why don't you all come over and we could beat the hell out of each other with snowballs and have some of my homemade chili.
Sounds like a great idea.
All right, then it's a date. Unless, are you cool with that, Greenlee?
Oh my gosh, of course. Wouldn't miss it.
Cheers.
When I left, I wasn't sure what I was gonna find when I came back.
It's a happy ending. It's what we all wanted. Zach, Kendall, the love couple.
Yeah, I just had visions of Ian and Spike only knowing their mother in an orange jumpsuit. Holidays spent with a glass partition between them. And Zach, relationship with Kendall reduced to visiting hours once a week. Would have killed him.
Oh, lucky you don't have to worry about that.
Lucky. It's a total miracle. Jack making it happen. When Greenlee's stepping up, love to see the smile on Zach's face now.
After all the things Zach's done to protect her, the lengths he's gone to.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But this time, Kendall offering everything? And Zach couldn't do anything.
Oh, he could have pulled an Aiden, thrown her over his shoulder and dragged her out of there.
But he didn't. And it worked out anyway, for both of them. It's amazing.
Worked out for all of us.
That's delicious.
Yeah?
Pretzel isn't bad either.
Oh, there's more where that came from.
Oh, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How about getting a room?
How about having another beer?
I think I might.
Yeah, I want to too.
No. 10 more minutes. I don't want to share my food
Hey, I
beer.
can multitask.
Oh, you can.
Hey,
I remember.
you guys, like Ryan said, can you just break it up, please?
We've got a lot of catching up to do.
We all do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You know what? This is perfect. It really is. I wish Spike and Ian were here.
Yeah, Emma would get a kick out of it too, but actually, according to Rachel, they're probably getting wild on the chocolate milk right about now.
Well, it wasn't all snakes, and bad food, and bad jokes. We found love letters.
Love letters? That's romantic.
I thought so, and it helped to read them.
You know, writing helps too.
Writing what? Were you writing love letters to somebody?
I was not writing love letters. No, I'm just talking about, writing stuff to help you get through things.
Yeah? When'd you learn how to write? What's going on? What are you doing?
I was writing. I was just scribbling some things.
Really? Do we have a budding author on our hands?
No, actually, just a freaked out woman who was missing her husband. All right, enough about me, enough about that. Tell me what the letters were about.
Oh, old lovers. Apparently married to other people, but still longing for one another.
I made her stop reading them.
Yeah, what bloke wants to hear that kind of stuff when he's stuck in a hole, eh?
It was love and lust and sex. Great stuff.
Yeah, well, I could settle for another beer.
I'll write that with you.
No,
Where's your bet?
So, Aiden and I were thinking we might do the whole Machu Picchu thing, the Inca Trail, but maybe by way of Costa Rica.
Not until you're 100% better, baby. All right?
Okay, fine, after I get stronger. But then Costa Rica, here we come. What? What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
You're happy. We all are.
Well, knock on wood.
Yeah, actually, we could have been this happy a long time ago if I hadn't screwed
No,
things up.
Kendall, stop.
No,
Don't go there, okay? No going to the sad place.
but I'm the one who caused all of this, Greenland.
But you have so many other things to think about. Good things, great things, future things. Your boys, your husband, our company.
You're right.
Yes, of course I am. Now,
Excuse me, yes.
I have this idea for fusion, this whole survival thing. What if we had a contest, What would be the only thing you would bring to a desert island? A cosmetic, like mascara or lip gloss, or we could have a contest, make it Fusion's next big blast. Why do you keep looking at me like that? No tearing up.
No, I'm not even tearing up. This is like old times. This is exactly the way that we used to be, except
Better?
yeah.
Well, maybe sometimes you gotta go through some sort of hell to realize what you had all along.
I love you.
Well, if you love me so much, give me some of that pizza.
I don't love you that much. This is mine. I'll give you your own piece.
What about his pepperoni?
How about them dolphins?
Greenie doesn't talk about what happened down in the bomb shelter.
No, I don't blame her.
Well, if anything did happen, anything traumatic, I want to hear about it. So I can help her.
You did help her. All she talked about was you. I got her drunk just to shut her up.
And that actually worked.
No, it got worse. Started talking about you and her and your time on the beach. You saved her. A woman loves you.
And I don't want to do anything to screw that up.
Ball's in your court.
Hey, why don't you go celebrate?
A little while. I just talked to Kendall. I just want to give her and Zach some time together.
Yeah, they deserve that. First, we all thought Zach was dead.
Well, he would come back from the dark side of the moon for Kendall.
Yeah, and then she gets off without having to serve a prison sentence.
Well, he managed to get Jack to defend her. Probably had something to do with Greenlee coming forward, too.
Amazing. The way he's always there for her. Fierce, totally committed.
Same for his family.
I wonder what it would be like to have someone like that in your life. If Zach were the man he were now, when we first met, if things could have been different between us.
You're still hung up on him, aren't you?
What? No. No. Oh, come on. Snap out of it, Josh. I mean, everything is so right in the world. Let's enjoy it.
Right. How about I buy you a drink? You can vent. I'll even let you have my olive.
No, that's very sweet of you. But I have someplace I need to be.
Are you sure? Because if you want to talk, I mean, I'm always
Josh.
here.
Thank you. Everything's gonna be all right.
Hey. You want us out of here?
No, never.
You sure?
Yeah.
Hey, now I know Joe Martin told you guys not to overdo it. I know he did.
Hi, I'm the definition of overdue.
So I noticed.
You know what? We should just get out of here.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
I think we should.
If you take one step towards that door, I'm gonna start whining. And this man especially knows how annoying that can be.
Yeah, but you're always whining, so do something else. Tell him a joke. Have you heard her tell a joke?
I am. It's very painful. I know. She says the punchlines first.
No, you love my jokes. You laughed. Eventually.
That was a mercy laugh. It's different.
No, really? You didn't think they were funny?
No, you had me in stitches. She had me in stitches.
Oh,
See,
you've been spending too much time with her. Look what's happened to your sense of humor.
It's good.
Oh, it's... Look at you two. Huh? I like this. What's happened? You two
It's
being
like we
trapped so
became
long.
that thing, friends.
Yeah, I would have thought.
It's true.
You know, I'm glad about the plea agreement and the community service.
Yeah, me too. You have no idea. Are you a green leaf for everything? I mean, everything that happened at the courthouse.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean.
Yeah, well, you know, I may not be in the mood to drink, but I am definitely in the mood to pig out, so I'm just gonna help myself.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What do we have here?
Go ahead.
No, you... I'm not really hungry anyway. I'm hungry. Aiden, it is gonna be okay with us, right?
Yeah. I mean, it already is.
Yeah. If we had lost them,
But we didn't. We didn't. And we're going to show them how much we love them every day.
Hey, you okay?
Hey. Yeah, I am. Actually, for the first time, everything really is perfectly, wonderfully okay.
Hey, what kind of community service do you think you'll get?
I don't know, probably picking up trash off the side of the road.
Are you kidding me? That is for amateurs. They're gonna give you something better, like, fashion, please.
No, I love a woman in uniform.
Yeah, and you'll totally rock Fashion Week and use all the couture for evidence.
Of what?
Criminally good behavior.
Hey, listen, what can't Kendall live without?
Oh, bubble bath.
4-inch heels.
Drama? What?
Thanks a lot. No, are we done? Are we done? Are we done?
No, come on. Community service is a very serious business.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Meter maid.